Hello and welcome to another edition of Localized Miami. I'm your host, Robert Ruano, and here's a show where we talk to local leaders, people that are doing important things in Miami. And today we have a guy that I've known for quite a while and visited his place many times, Chris Roberts, President and CEO of Bean Automotive Group. Welcome, Chris.
Thank you so much for having me.
Good to see you.
Same here.
Yeah, fantastic. We were talking a little bit before, so let's back up a little bit. Bean Automotive Group has 5 dealerships, technically, right?
4 dealerships.
And 4, and the Kendall Collision Center is not.
We sold the Collision Center.
Oh, there you go.
4 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Ago.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
my web search was outdated then. Okay. So tell me about your dealerships. What are they actually?
So we have 2 Toyota dealerships and 2 Lexus dealerships.
So Kendall and West Kendall.
That's correct.
Right? Toyota and Lexus. And you've been with them for how long?
Total of 31 years.
Wow. With Bean Automotive?
So I started in 93, August of 93. Actually, this month is the anniversary. Then Bean Automotive sold to AutoNation back in 1997.
Really? I didn't know that.
I left and I joined headquarter Toyota, Geronimo Esteve. I worked for him for 1 year. Exactly. From there, I went to work for the Zinn Automotive Group at County Line Lexus.
Okay.
I was there a year and a half, and our owner, Gerald Bean, back then, had an opportunity to buy back the stores. Back then, it was only 2 stores, which was Lexus of Kendall and Kendall Toyota. So he bought the stores back, and after a little while back in ownership, he reached out to me and asked me if I was interested in coming back. We worked things out, and I joined him back in July 1st of 2000.
Okay.
And I've been there since.
What was your first role there when you got back?
When I got back, I took over as general manager of the Lexus store.
Okay.
When I left, I was the general sales manager of the Lexus store. And originally, when I started at Kendall Toyota as a sales associate.
As a sales associate, but you were also the general manager of the Lexus. I mean, the Kendall Toyota too, or it was both, right? They were tied.
So, back then they had a general manager for the Toyota store. That went on, and we had 2 general managers until we opened the stores out west. Back in 2008, the economy, 2007 when it went south. We did a little bit of economic reorganization, and I had the opportunity then to run all the stores. He actually asked me just to take over the Toyota store, and I said, well, what about the Lexus store? He says, well, let me worry about it. Well, I realized I had an opportunity, and I just put my arms around the whole thing and went after it, and he saw that I could was able to. And so hence I was running pretty much everything at that point.
Since 2001?
2008. Correct.
8. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Oh, I didn't know that. So you've been president and CEO of Bean?
So I was general manager of the stores.
Of the stores.
And Mr. Bean passed away in 2011.
Okay.
And his wife took over. At that point, we had to realign the organization, and by 2014, I was offered a position as president of the company. Of course, I'm still there in that role today. Mrs. Bean passed away, and her daughter today is who is our boss and the dealer principal for the dealerships.
What's her name?
Lori Bean.
Lori Bean. Okay. Wow. Okay. It's quite a history, the Bean Automotive Group, right?
Well,
73?
No.
69, 73,
yeah,
right?
Correct. 1969 is when her dad started, and I started right here on 67th Avenue. Right.
Yeah, I heard Grant was telling me, Grant Miller, your old friend.
My old friend.
Was telling me that where the U-Haul is, right?
That's correct.
That's amazing. That's a piece of history that I did not know. How long was it there for?
I think he was there for, I would say, till 71, I'm thinking. Then he bought where the Kendall Toyota dealership today, which was a Chrysler store back then.
Oh, okay.
He bought it as a Chrysler store and then turned it in, moved the Toyota dealership over there, and here we are today.
Huh. And where are you from? Are you from here? You're from Miami?
No, I was born in the island of Jamaica.
Oh, you're Jamaican?
I am.
You've been here a long time?
So I left Jamaica in 1976, at 16 years old. Went to Canada for a couple of years to school, and then moved to Miami in 1979. And this has been home since.
Oh, fantastic. You like Miami?
I love it.
Yeah. You go back to Jamaica or visit family?
Often.
You have family?
Quite often.
You know, I've never been. That's a place that I'm dying to go. But
Yeah, my wife is there right now as we speak.
oh, really?
Yeah, she went down today.
You couldn't. You're gonna go by, or
Well,
just?
we have a home there. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's going down to do some stuff. And,
Fantastic.
yeah.
Well, great. So tell me, tell me about the car business, because cars in general, or more specifically, with all the now hybrids and electric cars and stuff, how does the business change for you? Do the margins shrink? Do they go up? Like, it must be especially over the last 10 years, the change must have been very quick and very, I don't know if it's disruptive or not.
There is change consistently over the years. No matter what, there's always something new coming into the market. EVs came in. Well, actually, hybrids came in originally, and Toyota
I had a Lexus hybrid.
Toyota originally brought the Prius many years ago, back in the 90s, and that was the first. And then Lexus came on with a few, and then from there, you see where hybrids are actually the vehicle of choice today in the U.S. EVs came in, the electric Tesla, and they shook up the market. And a lot of the other OEMs, they got nervous that they had to join the charge with EVs. And
OEMs, right?
OEM, so that's it, manufacturers.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Acronyms in our business.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Every
so a lot of the other manufacturers decided they need to go that direction. And they all went after it, which today, looking back, was the wrong decision. And Toyota stood to the side and said, we're going to watch this and not make those decisions. We truly believe that hybrids are the way to go. Hence where we are today. Toyota they do have EVs, and they are selling, but hybrids across brands is where it is. You'll see more and more brands dropping the EVs that they brought to market. No longer,
plug-in or regular hybrid?
Regular hybrid, and they are plug-in. Plug-in will advance more, and Toyota will be building, and Lexus, more and more of the plug-ins. They'll give 50, 60 miles, and the new ones coming will give up to 80 miles on the battery.
We have a customer right over here. She has Uma has a Prius plug-in hybrid that she got from you.
Very nice.
Like 4 months ago,
awesome.
6 months ago,
awesome.
8 months ago,
awesome.
A year ago. Okay, there you go. It's all over. Well, that's great. Yeah, I'll tell you what. I now I have gas, but I see the hybrid, and I agree with you on that, because the electrics, unless you're just driving around town and don't have to go anywhere, and you can have a charger at home and that kind of thing. But I know somebody that bought a hybrid, it was a Ford, and they complained that everywhere they went, they had to plug it in, and it was a charge, had to go, and whatever. Oh, and they lived in an apartment. So when you live in an apartment, there's another thing.
A little bit difficult.
That's another consideration. So yeah, I that kind of makes sense that the hybrids are going to go a little bit more, at least until maybe when the charging stations are more prolific. I don't know.
That infrastructure is, if it were here, things would be a little different, but it's not. As you brought up, just apartment buildings. Try and just run that through your mind. Where are you plugging in? There's no infrastructure.
No.
But for the simple plugins, it's a lot easier to get that at, the 50 miles, 60 miles running around town, instead of having to worry about, the gas side. So what we're seeing, though, is that if anybody has bought an EV, they're typically the next car is going to be an EV. The simplicity of not having to go to a gas station.
Okay.
And I guess they have organized their life to where they're driving to, and a lot of times there is a third car in the driveway.
Right. Yeah, I could see like the EV being the little, around town car, right? But then you need, and also when you're going on long distances, you kind of want a bigger, safer car, that's the way I feel. you know, when you're going up against tractor trailers. So, wow. And so what's after you said there's constant change?
Yes.
What other changes coming that we don't even know about?
Well, so autonomy is out there big time.
Oh,
It's scary just to think about
I
it.
hate it.
I was in Nashville yesterday, and they had these Jaguars driving around, nobody in them. Las Vegas, I was out there at one point and saw a lot of those, and that is scary. But that's the future. Toyota is doing their testing, and they're not ready to bring theirs to market. But today it exists, and it's real.
What do you think that's going to do to cars in general?
They'll always build cars, and that's not going to change, not for the foreseeable future. But, to consider, you can get in the back of your car and just set where it's going to when it's doing your driving. You're being chauffeur driven.
Yeah.
That's kind of, where you have to think about this. With the other transportation that's out there today, when you think of a rideshare, nobody's going to be in that front seat.
Right.
You hail a ride share, it's coming to your house, pull into your driveway, and it's you in the back seat.
That's a little scary to me. Have you been in one yet? I've not.
I have not.
Yeah, I'm not really interested too much. My wife is, I'm not.
Like everything else, it over time, as things get more practice, experience behind it, more history behind it, there's more learning going on, the issues you have, correcting the issues. I think it's real.
But the other thing I think is, and I see those cars like the Waymos driving around, and I think what's going to happen in another evolution, say 15, 20 years from now, like, do you even need a driver's seat? Like, are you getting rid of the steering wheel? Do you need a steering wheel? Do you need a driver's seat? Or are you just going to have a pod that just moves and nobody can, I don't know,
well,
a joystick?
Think of when we were kids growing up. Think about the Jetsons.
Right. Okay.
That is about to, well, it is real today.
Okay.
They have these eVTOL vehicles that are built. There are two companies out there, maybe a third, that it's a small airplane. And it's going to pick you up and take you to a destination, whether you want to go downtown to your office or from the airport to a different destination or etc. That is real, and it's about to, I would say within the year, that is going to be happening.
See, that is confusing to me because and I've read just a little tiny bit about it, but it said, so all the vehicles like that now have to push air down, right? To get lift. So where is it going over?
So it's not going over. It's almost like a helicopter. Think of a helicopter way that lifts.
It's just going to go completely up.
And it's going to go up and over to the next.
And now it's going to be like what was that movie? Not Blade Runner, the one they had the multi-pass with Bruce Willis. What's it called? Fifth Element, right? You ever see Fifth Element?
No, I didn't.
Okay, it's got the cars on different levels.
Yes.
So eventually we're going to have to look at the space above us and say, okay, short distance, from 50 to 100, long distance 100. It's just kind of crazy to think about.
The FAA have their work to do, and that's one of the big clearances they have left is that certification through the FAA. Because think of managing airplanes today.
Right.
Now you're going to have these things, and they're, I'm not saying they're coming at volume to begin with, but that may be your transportation, or maybe our kids' transportation.
Our kids' transportation. Yeah. And so tell me about Toyota in general. A Japanese company, obviously, right?
Yep.
Lexus is the fancy brother of Toyota, or sister. How long has Toyota been around? I don't even know. 200 years?
No, they started in the 1900s, early 1900s.
Early 1900s, okay.
Yeah, Mr. Toyota back then, or the grandfather, started, he was making fabric. And that was his business, and of course machinery back then, and he moved over to automobiles, and You know, the early 1900s, the first Toyota was built, and it's evolved. You know, coming to the U.S., growing this market to be the number one vehicle sales in the U.S.
Is it currently?
No, last year it slipped back, but the year before, 2024, they were the number one.
You have a huge lineup.
Manufacturer.
I saw Toyota.
Correct.
Like it's
Correct.
large, very large.
Correct. So the brand's evolving. Of course, the hybrids. You know, they got into trucks, as you see. Our Tundra is doing very well. The Tacoma, and your son is
My son has a Tacoma.
proud owner of a Tacoma.
Yes.
Tacomas are doing very, very well in the marketplace. It's a number one small truck. Its residual value over history, that model is probably one of the best in the market of any vehicle. So there's opportunities to bring other trucks to market. SUVs are still growing. There are new SUVs that we'll get this year. EVs as well. We'll get a couple EVs as well this year. More plug-ins coming.
Yeah.
So they're evolving as they're trying to be the innovators. You know, they brought Prius to market. They didn't go EV because they didn't think back then it was the right timing. Of course, Tesla's done a great job, and Musk has, you know, brought something of value to the world. But Toyota is a very strong, profitable company that is not going to. The goal is not to be number one; it's to be the best, and with that, number one will come. So,
and how is the best? Do you have that Japanese business acumen, like in the business, in how you guys run your business, or how does that work?
Yes, I would say we do. Every dealership or franchise, as a gift from Toyota, has a sword and the whole, which is a symbol of the Japanese brand. And their leadership is very, very strong. They're very regimented people. And I think it's been great for manufacturing, not only automotive, but others. They've been innovative in the manufacturing, where other manufacturers have leaned on what they have brought to the world of manufacturing has been very, very successful. These eTOL aircrafts that I've just mentioned, Toyota's partnered with one of them.
I was going to say, I'm sure they're doing something.
And one of the reasons they reached out to Toyota is their ability to manufacture efficiently. So when they scale on this new product, they thought Toyota was the best partner to be with.
Okay.
So very interesting.
Do they have, I assume Toyota has factories in the U.S., right?
They do. And building more.
And building more?
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you something. You probably know that through the VIN, was it the VIN number or some number, you can tell if your car was built in the U.S. or built somewhere else?
Yes.
Is it the VIN number?
Yes.
Tell us.
So if it starts with a J, it was Japanese built.
Okay.
Then there are different numbers ahead of that will designate whether it was made in Canada, Mexico, California, Indiana, whichever plant it was built in. So,
so it might say J.I.
Well, each model will have the starting letters or numbers, and there's significant meaning to each one. You can even tell the year of the car through the VIN number.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, because I bring that up because, people always say, buy American, but what they don't understand is that a lot of these Japanese brands are already made in America by American, folks, right? Right in our backyards.
And even with that, the plants here in the U.S., the Japanese plants have been awarded a number one plants in the country. Very efficient. They just announced a new plant in San Antonio, which is going to build a Tacoma. Today, presently, is built in Mexico. But as you know, with tariffs and so on, the right decision was to bring it home. bring it here to the U.S.
Okay.
So that investment is ongoing, and of course the construction and so on. They built a huge battery plant in North Carolina.
Really?
May have been South Carolina, but I may correct myself. But that's to build batteries for EV, etc.
Wow.
So they're really investing heavily in the U.S. because it's the growth is definitely there.
Yeah.
Another great year this year.
That's great.
Yeah.
And speaking of batteries, do you see this in the future? Like I keep saying, we were talking earlier about, the EVs and having to charge them all the time. Is the battery swapping going to be a thing? Like, I think that in my mind, that would make sense. You go home, you have one you plug in, the next one, you take that one out and you do that, right? I do it for my camera.
So today, Toyota warranties the batteries up to 10 years.
Okay.
If you have to change a battery, of course, that time will come at the age of the car. But, Toyota is so strong with their warranties that, they're confident to be able to say, hey, your battery's good for 10 years on us.
Well, I don't mean that it's good, but I mean in the terms of the charge.
Yeah.
Like two batteries come with a car, and it's almost like a plug and play. You have one in your house, you charge it, you drive around with one battery, you swap them out the next day.
So, swapping a car when you think of how a car is built is not really
well the way it's built now, right? They're going to fly in the future. For God's sakes.
I don't know that I see that. I think that the life of the battery, or today I think they're up to 300 plus miles that a vehicle,
the range,
and the expectation is with technology and that will continue to expand from 3 to 4 to 5 to a point where it's not going to matter.
I see. Okay. Yeah. Because I'll tell you, we were in Italy a couple years ago, and you look through when you're renting foreign cars, it says automatic or automatic or
stick shift manual.
Yeah, but manual right,
transmission.
Right. And I said, no, I haven't driven a manual in a long time, so I go automatic, but I didn't realize it was automatic electric. And it was not fun trying to get that charged. And the other thing is the range, what you said. Yeah, the range could be 400 miles, but if you go fast, your range starts going down, and now you got 200 miles and you're out in the middle of nowhere.
Temperature plays a role.
Temperature, really? I didn't know that. Wow. Okay.
Hotter it is, so there are a lot of things playing to that. But over time, I think all that will change.
Yeah.
The battery's starting to get smaller.
Good.
The next step on Toyota's very heavy into this technology is solid state batteries.
What is that?
Like we used to have before, solid state batteries.
Yeah.
So that technology of those batteries now being able to give the energy to the vehicle and the range with a much smaller battery. So there's a lot of investment into that today.
That's great. Well, I asked you about the Japanese business and coming in your business. And one thing I say that I kind of see, and maybe you probably started it, I think you did, but it's great that the company has kept it going, is that your Bean Automotive Group is very big on health and wellness. And I know you're a triathlete, right?
Yes. Was still active, but
okay. So tell me about that, because I know as well, Japanese companies have a big thing on health and wellness with their employees. So how does that something that you came about, and how does it play out? Because you have, I think, over 700 employees.
Under 700.
Under 7? Okay.
Our owner today, when she took over, there were things that she looked at that she wanted to make sure it was a big part of the growth and the culture of our company. And wellness was one of them. I tasked myself to push and help to get this way, and really got into taking care of our people and giving them opportunities to be healthy. We have health fairs at the store, different things we do. We have 5K runs. We do different things over the year. Health fairs where we bring in, team with Baptist Health, and we'll bring in and have different testings on a certain day for the whole staff. it helps the associates as well as their families. At the same time, it's a way to manage the expense of insurance.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably one of our biggest expenses, is offering insurance to our
Insurance,
staff.
of course, very expensive.
And so if you can minimize the claims, obviously, it's it works in your favor. So very much into health, and we have weight loss challenges throughout the year. We have next week we have a cooking contest, Top Chef contest, where
Nice.
the most healthy things, and bring in a staff, and you have a whole bunch of chefs set up and tastings and a whole bit. And so we're definitely focused on it.
That's great. And you, how does it play out in your life? Do you still bike? I know you used to bike.
So yeah, I'm still as I've aged, the bones and the body doesn't react as it did 30 years ago. So today I'm still active. I'm running. Biking has gotten a little bit more dangerous out there, so kind of retired that. I do have a Peloton, and I'll ride that from time to time.
Okay.
We brought Pelotons, not Peloton, I should say. We bought spin bikes into the dealerships and have spin classes for the associates,
Nice.
Zumba classes as well. And I'm, pretty active with joining them in that. So, yeah.
Yeah, you have a whole showroom up there at Kendall Toyota up there, an open showroom that you can use. Now you've got some desks up there, but you used to have cars in there, right?
We did, and that second floor, and that's where we had spin bikes.
There, I figured. Yeah. That makes a perfect place.
Yeah. So the staff, enjoyed it, have the opportunity to be able to, work out after work, and it's significant in elevating the culture of what we're true to,
Right.
So it's been good.
That's good, and I guess the staff is really, caught on. They like it. They like all the programs.
Definitely so. Staff evolves over time. We have, as younger staff, and there's turnover there. And thank goodness we're very strong with our loyalty with our associates. Turnover is not a big thing. Compared to the industry, we're very low. But as new associates come aboard, younger associates, it's a whole new life for them, and it's different for us because younger kids today think totally different than we thought, years ago.
Yeah.
So it's adapting at the same time. Okay. And adapting when you have a scale of associates from one end of the spectrum to the other. It's challenging, but we have a great HR team, which we're proud of, and it works.
And so, just under 700 employees. That means you are probably in the top. Are you in the top 20 employers in the county? Maybe. It's a lot of employees.
I haven't gotten to the point of seeing if that is or not. I know we've won Best Employer through the county a few times. And,
fantastic.
That's always something that we aspire to be. And every year we get out there to compete, and but that's a great achievement for us and for our associates. So we're proud. Something we're proud of.
Fantastic. So we've got about a minute and a half left. So I've got Chris Roberts. Chris Roberts from Bean Automotive Group. I'd been doing really good until the end of the show, and then I messed up your name, Chris Roberts from President and CEO of Bean Automotive Group. We got about a minute and a half. Any final thoughts, anything you want to share with the audience about your past, about Bean, about your business?
Something that, is really important and dear to us is, what we do for the community. We're big into giving back, and that's something that our owner is very proud of, and our leadership team has put our arms around, and it's something really great. We've chosen quite a few charities that we definitely give back. Live Like Bella is one of them.
Okay, yeah.
Habitat for Humanity is another. Friendship Circle, we're very big with. Zoo Miami, a lot of commitments with. And it's a long list. We're big into things with kids, special needs, cancer kids. So
Well, you were our sponsor last year. Thank you for MacTown
yes,
for the
that as well.
Oktoberfest.
Yes.
That was very nice. That was very nice. Well, that's great. Yeah, and I agree. I think you definitely need to, giving back is very important in the community. As a business owner, any type of business really has to give back whatever you can do in whatever way you can. Yeah. But you're also, I do want to touch upon this before we go. You're also involved in some nonprofit work, boards and stuff too, right?
So personally, I do some nonprofit outside the country.
Oh, okay.
Back in Jamaica myself
I see.
with my wife, and she's on a couple of boards herself here for Cancer Link and a few other things. So
Great.
yeah, we definitely try to spend our additional time and our resources to help.
That's important. That's good.
it
That's
is.
great. Thank you. All right. Well, thank you, Chris. It's been a real pleasure. Nice to see you again. As I said, Chris Roberts from Bean Automotive Group, President and CEO. And go over there, get yourself a Lexus or Toyota. And we've had 10, 12 over the years. So we still like them.
Thank you, Robert.
Thank you very much. Good to see you.
Same here.
And next week, we have Commissioner from the city of Miami, Miguel Gabella, will be joining us. So join us next Friday at 3 p.m. Thank you.